Hello, beautiful soul. If you have been struggling to lose weight and can't seem to find any kind of success, well, you're in the right place. I have helped countless women to release the blocks to losing weight and, most importantly, to learn to love and accept their bodies regardless of whatever weight that you happen to be. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Am I right? So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to overcome your blocks to losing weight and the top ones using a technique called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So make sure to stay all the way to the end so that you can receive all the many benefits of this beautiful video. For the best tips and tools on how to step into true love and confidence with your body, to overcome the battle with your body and the battle with food, subscribe to my channel where you'll be notified every Thursday when I post a new video. All right, let's get into it. So you know the drill. I talk all about EFT techniques and I share so many of them in my videos. I'm an advanced certified practitioner in EFT and I have a lot of extensive trauma training. So I do know a lot about the blocks that tend to get in the way when it comes to our weight and the reasons why we keep weight on. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, there are quite a few reasons why we experience blocks to losing weight. So one of them is often that our body does not feel safe to lose weight. And there are a lot of different reasons why your body at a subconscious level doesn't feel safe to lose weight. That could have been from a sexual trauma or a trauma of any kind. And if you do have a history of trauma, then I encourage you, as I'm tapping through this, if you are feeling triggered by even the word trauma or our discussion with this, please take personal responsibility for your well-being. First of all, always tap as I'm talking through these subjects, as that's really going to help really bring safety to your nervous system. And then also work with a licensed practitioner, someone who is certified and has done extensive work in that field to be able to support you. This video is going to help you to start lovingly work through some of the resistance and blocks to losing weight. And I promise to keep you safe throughout this experience. But ultimately, as I said, it is your responsibility. So as we were talking, and you can tap while I'm talking here if that supports you. So one of the blocks that we can also experience to losing weight is our identity, who we see ourselves to be. So I've heard this countless times with clients where, well, I've always been the fat girl, I've always been the chubby friend, and I don't think it's possible for me to ever overcome that story. So when we have that story, what do you think happens when you tell yourself that same thing every single day for how many years? You are going to start living in a way that makes that your reality because it feels very outside of your reach and outside of your comfort zone and unsafe to even start taking any of those steps in a different direction. The other thing is that when we have this identity of being, in the body that we're in and it's never going to change, then we also keep ourselves safe in a lot of ways, because what happens when you step outside of that comfort zone of the way that you look? Okay, number one, well, it means you're probably going to put yourself out there more in the dating world or with your partner romantically, or maybe you haven't even been on a date in 25 years because of how you feel about your body. There's a lot of fear with what happens when you start doing things that you would now feel comfortable to do in this body that would change with your weight, right? So we want to be really conscious of all these fears that we're holding around what happens when we lose the weight. So I want you right now to take a moment and just tune in and think about, if I were to lose this weight, what is my fear associated with it? What am I really scared of? And even just adjusting that language, what is part of me afraid of if I lose this weight? What is part of me afraid is going to happen if I lose this weight? And just notice what comes up for you. And I want you to just go ahead and write that down, because this is really important information to capture. So then we're going to just check in on a scale of 0 to 100. How possible does it feel for you to lose weight? 100 meaning absolutely possible, I'm already making it happening, all that jazz. Or 0 meaning I don't even know what you're talking about. It's so not possible for me. It's not even on the table. So just check in with yourself. And now we're going to begin doing some tapping together. So you're going to tap where I tap and repeat after me. And you're getting the nice sunset light, the sunset light happening here. There's no ring light in this video. We're just tapping with the natural healing light of the sun. So hopefully you're enjoying that as well. Excuse my shadows. That's so funny, because in many ways we carry all these shadows about our weight. So there we go. The universe is supporting us. So tapping along with me, repeating after me, and if you need to go slower, you can just adjust the speed on your YouTube, the player there. You can slow this down to 0.75 speed or half speed. Unfortunately, I can't tap at a rate that works for everyone, so I'll encourage you to choose the rate that works for you. So repeating after me, even though I've had this story for many, many years that I am at this weight and it's never going to change, and it's not possible for me to change, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though it wouldn't fit with my identity to change my weight, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though part of me doesn't feel safe to let go of this weight, I'm open to learning more about why and to supporting myself through this journey. Even though part of me believes I don't deserve to lose this weight and I'm not willing to, because part of me is scared of what will happen if I do lose this weight, I love and accept myself anyway. So we're going to tap through the points now. Point between the eyes. Scared to lose this weight. Part of me doesn't feel safe losing this weight. Maybe I'm scared of what will happen if I put myself out there. Part of me doesn't feel safe to lose this weight. Part of me doesn't believe it's possible to lose this weight. Part of me is unwilling to lose this weight. Part of me doesn't feel like this fits with my identity to lose the weight. I've been like this for so long. Nothing has worked. I'm exhausted. I've tried everything. I still can't seem to lose the weight. Just makes me want to give up. But what if there is part of me that's just resisting this change? I wonder why this part of me would be resisting this change. Now, I want you to tune into that part of you that has this resistance to losing weight, imagining that you could see this part of you if it was in a specific age, maybe is coming up, or maybe it's just a color or an energy, this part of you that has this fear or resistance to losing weight. What doesn't feel safe for this part of you? What is this part of you afraid of when it comes to losing weight? Just notice what comes up. Just keep tapping as you're holding space, listening in. Ask this part of you directly, why are you so afraid to lose this weight? And just noting down whatever this part of you has to say with love and kindness, so you can just journal it down or take a moment, pause the video, and write whatever you hear. Now I want you to imagine that as you're continuing to tap right now, you're still tapping on yourself, and this part of you is also going to be tapping. It's going to be tapping on itself, just like a little Simon Says, and you're going to be speaking directly to this part of you as you're tapping, okay? So we're going to come back to the side of hand. You can close your eyes if that feels easier for you, or stay with your eyes open with me. So you're tapping in the here and now, and that part of you that has all this fear of losing weight is going to be tapping on itself as it receives this energy and these words from you. Dear little part of me that's afraid of losing weight and doesn't feel safe, I love and accept you deeply and completely. I understand that you're just trying to keep me safe. These fears that you have about us losing weight are from years ago. Those same fears don't exist in the here and now. You're not alone in this. I am here to keep you safe. I appreciate all the ways that you try and keep me safe. And you've learned to believe that holding on to weight is one way of keeping us safe. The truth is, in the here and now today, that weight does not keep us safe. We have so many tools to keep us safe today that we didn't once have. It is safe for you to let go of this strategy of weight to keep us safe. I love and appreciate you. And it is safe for you to let go of that strategy. It's time for a job promotion. So now I want you can imagine, you can just close your eyes and you don't have to tap anymore, but just imagine as you tune into this little part of you that's had all this fear of losing the weight, thinking that weight is the strategy to keep you safe. This part of you has been using that strategy for a long time. So now that this part of you is hearing from you directly that keeping onto this weight isn't actually helping and keeping you safe, and that you have a lot of tools in yourself as your authentic self in the here and now to keep you safe, you're free to tell this part of you that has all this fear what you would like it to focus on instead, because it's been using all its energy to strategize keeping you safe by holding onto this weight. So what would you have this part of you do instead? If you could rewrite the job description and it wasn't focusing on holding on to weight and using all these little strategies to help you keep that weight on, what would you have this part of you do? Would you have this part of you go out and enjoy life? Would you have it draw? Would you have it focus on gratitude every day? Would you have it help you go for walks and enjoy the sunshine? What would you have it do? So this is up to you now to tell this part of you, here's what I would love for you to help me work on. And you can now build this relationship with this part of you where every day, if you feel this fear come forward, you can see, oh, this is this part of me. And sometimes it's helpful to have an object or something where you can say, there's that part of me with that fear again. I'll talk to it and I'll reassure this part that we don't have to fear those things anymore. I and myself today am taking care of this little part that has all the fear. And sometimes you'll see that that part of you maybe has an age, and maybe she is 8 years old. Maybe she is 23. You will see if that part of you has an age, and you can start to have a little bit more compassion for why that part of you picked up all these decisions around holding on to weight and why weight became a strategy to stay safe. And that part of you, clearly, you've moved on. You're at the age that you are now. You're living in 2021 or whatever year that you're going to be watching this video in, and those same realities have changed, but the strategies haven't, right? So now we can offer new strategies of how to keep this part of you safe. So it's up to you now to check in every day with that part of you and offer safety and compassion and love. And through that relationship, this part of you will release the fears of losing weight and actually support you because it trusts you. This part of you now sees, right, Julia knows how to keep me safe, so I don't have to use these strategies of weight to stay safe. I know that when I feel scared, I can talk to Julia and I can tell this to her, and then she will listen and she will assure me with different tools. And so for me, as an example, with this part of me, when I have my little fearful part that comes up, I will listen to her. I will hold loving compassion for her. I will talk to her like a girlfriend and say, I understand. I'm here for you. And here are some activities that I know to help us feel more safe. I will journal. I will tap. I will go for a walk in nature. I will do a bunch of things that help me and this part of me to feel safe that don't involve strategies like binge eating or whatever the strategies are that your body uses to kind of hold on to weight or find safety. So I hope that helped for you. That is one of the truly life-changing techniques that I use with my clients and with you, obviously, and I use with myself. So I know it will create miracles for you. And just as the sun is setting, really, really showing us it's time to close the video. So I can't wait to hear how that goes in the comments. And if you're in a place where you are truly ready for that level of support and overcoming the struggles with your body, of finally releasing the barriers and blocks to why you can't lose weight, and you really want to finally let them go, to really love the body that you're in, to have the confidence that you've been truly waiting to be awakened within you, and you want to say goodbye to all the shit that you've been holding on to from the past, both physically, mentally, emotionally, all of it, then I encourage you to book a free 60-minute call with me, and I would love to talk through your specific blocks and help you design a customized plan to overcome them. And I always offer my one-on-one Brazen Body Confidence program as well as my group program. Those are the two proven methods of working with me, and I can't wait the opportunity to support you. I will see you again next week. Love you so much. Good night.